Okay, so this is happening like a second before. All right, hit the start button. I spilled the 4 drinks we have sitting on this table all over the floor, all over my pants. This feels about right for how we do this kind of shit. Wait.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Dude, everything smells like milk because of the milk in your tea. Did you even drink any of that? Because it is half empty.
I kind of smell your mint.
And then, like, my notes. Look at this.
Well, we made it.
Okay, hold on. Let me shut the door here.
Okay.
I'm just going to grab these to make sure people can hear us.
They're probably wet.
Tea covered. Hold on. Okay, audio's coming through. Guys, what's up? We're live here.
I mean, you did a lot of work to get it. You were
Sweating. Internet connection wasn't working. I'm tethering from our phone. We also, hey, Instagram over here. So
I mean, this is pretty fucking high tech. You got fucking Instagram live going and then YouTube going?
Well, if you want to see on YouTube, there's a link in our bio for the YouTube in case this thing craps out at some point.
But I'm just curious who goes crazier? Who's like, I don't know.
I mean,
Who's
if
weirder?
you've been to a Matt and Kim show, you know everything's a competition, right?
Also, I gotta throw this out there because I got a message asking if this was suitable for kids. Fuck no.
Yeah, I want to. My mom hit me up and asked, "What's the link? I can't figure out how to do it."
Is your mom watching?
I had to send her a fake link. Okay, so.
Wait, will you explain to me what we're doing? I kind of agreed to this, but I wasn't really listening to you when you said, "Hey, let's do this."
Well, my plan is to just keep knocking our drinks over endlessly. And then, basically we've been in the house for a couple weeks. We've been taking this very seriously. We're here in LA right now, and I'm happy to not be in New York. Shout out to all my New York friends. I know it's
fucking hard there.
It's bad there, and everything's tight in the public transportation, but we're here in LA. And of course we find out there's at least another month, and I just felt, here's my thing, is sometimes I like just having like a TV show on in the background, right? Just to feel like there's people in the room.
Yes.
If you're feeling really isolated. Currently I'm watching all of Gossip Girl for the first time. Like, as I make music, I have Gossip Girl playing. But, so I don't know how entertaining me and Kim are, but maybe we can just be on in the background.
Just talking.
Like your annoying friends that came over. And you're like, aren't you guys gonna go home yet? But I figured maybe we could help a little bit in the time with the one thing. I'm not confident in knowing anything about anything, but about spending a lot of time with your significant other, I'm a champ.
You got this.
My entire adult life has been spent with you every single day.
Yeah.
If I start drooling on the ground, let me know. And so, okay. So on Instagram, we asked for some suggestions, questions, about if you're a couple, or maybe it's just you're with a roommate, a close friend, or someone you're quarantined together for many hours a day. Do you have any questions that we could help you out with? And a lot of questions came through. So there's no limits to these streams until my data runs out on my phone, I guess. But
I will say it's already a little spicy in here, right?
And I do not have the air conditioning on.
That's fine.
To the rest of the country, in LA today is like 80 degrees. First warm day, felt nice. Went outside, outside the house.
Don't rub it in.
Okay.
It's not nice.
Should we jump right into it, Kim?
Yes.
Okay,
Go.
I was gonna have like music to play on this, but Kim, sing me something.
I'll sing you this. Yeah, that's how you start it.
Okay.
Tea and beer.
So going right in on a a real tough question here. Let's start serious.
Okay.
Okay. So, Smitty Does Things asks, I never fart in front of my husband ever. Is this the time to finally let them rip?
Okay. She said husband, not boyfriend.
Well, we don't know. It could be a man, could be a woman. I mean...
but they're married.
It's married, yeah.
How the fuck have you not farted yet? Like, what do you do? Where does it go? I remember when Matt first farted in front of me, where we were, and it was a crowning point in our relationship, and it made me so happy.
Kim, take us on a journey.
We're walking towards the bus stop from Pratt Institute in Brooklyn. We're on Classen Ave, and we're walking up the street, and we're talking, and then all of a sudden, and your face looked shocked, and I just started laughing. And that's how it's been ever since. Anytime Matt farts, I laugh.
I mean, your sense of humor has remained like 15 years old.
But I think that's when you know you're really comfortable with someone, and that you first of all, you shouldn't keep that shit in because it's gonna hurt your stomach. It stinks because it's not supposed to be kept in there. It's supposed to be out.
But, okay, here's the thing, though. It's like, know your audience. I know my audience, which is Kim. And you obviously find such things hilarious. But for me, when you bring up all sorts of deep bathroom stuff, and I still want to see you as a sexual being, you know that's like, I'm kind of like, maybe just keep that one to yourself when you're like, you come out of the bathroom, you're like, yo, that shit stunk so bad.
But I feel like you should know whatever we eat didn't go so well in there. I mean, I'm sure you can smell it, but I feel I gotta, like, emphasize it.
So, know your audience, but I do think be comfortable in front of each other. Like,
because could you imagine... Okay, Matt has been farting real bad lately. Imagine having to keep that in, like...
Let's just move... We're moving on from this. We're moving on from this.
Oh, your hand's so cold. I love it.
Okay. But... So what's the final solution?
Oh my God, fart it up. Especially, like, now. Now is not the time to keep shit in. Like, life's fucking stressful right now. Get anything that shouldn't be inside you out.
I'll co-sign.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. And again, I'm just sort of skimming through this list here. And then we have the live feed coming up on our side. Someone says, Johan says, we're all farters, which... Can we unite in that? We're all in this coronavirus thing together. We all fart together.
Wait, do you think there's an individual who doesn't fart? Like, in the world, is there a person who can't fart?
And it is weird that I feel sad for that person.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, my brother once...
Okay.
My brother once had this zipper fart that it honestly sounded like a zipper being pulled up. And we still talk about it. This was when he was like 13.
And that was...
Like, he's a grown-ass adult now. Oh.
Okay, it's tough to get Kim to move on from this topic, so I'm going to really push it.
Okay.
Okay, so Noah Lap asks, how do you compromise on a all-caps fucking movie?
Okay, this is hard. And I feel like we've kind of came up with a solution about this and food. I feel like one person picks 3 things, and then the other person decides between those 3 things. So it gives, like, if we were talking food, I'd probably say, I either want sushi, burritos, or Thai food. And then you would pick out of the 3. So it's like something I want, but then it gives you options.
Yeah.
Because the worst is when someone's like, what do you want to watch? And someone's like, I don't know. And then they pick something and they're like, no, not that. You should bitch slap that person.
That is true. That is true. And me and Kim do agree on most things that we'd want to watch, except for I do notice that if there's an action ass-kicking movie, that's what Kim's going to lean towards. And if there's something that might have romance and comedy, your boy is definitely tuning in.
It's true. Yeah.
But on the other hand, I get down with ass kicking.
No, I feel like you have to compromise, or Another thing we would do is the you got last pick. So you go back and forth. You know, I'm sure you're watching a fucking ton of movies right now, so whoever got to pick last time, the next person has to pick. And you have to be a good sport. You can't, like, shit talk their movie. You gotta be in it with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Okay. I think what you said about giving 3 options and them choosing from the 3 is pretty great.
And the one thing, last thing, you know what you don't need to watch? Fucking Cats.
They don't need...
We tried to get drunk and high and watch it the other day. And I thought that was going to make it less confusing. I did not know what was going on.
I think you don't even need to bring that one up. I think it's a known fact that movie. Yeah. We thought we'd get high enough that it would make sense again, right?
It did to our friend Claire, but now I've disowned her as a friend. Okay, go to the next one.
So someone asked, do you guys feel like you're in a codependent relationship? So this one, my comment on this is, initially my first post about this was saying we were completely codependent, right? Because I think I have no identity of myself outside of our relationship. But I actually Googled, what does codependent mean? Before, and...
Did a picture of us come up?
But it's not exactly that. Usually it means that one person is spending all their time trying to pick up the other person, trying to make the other person feel better. That's their definition of a codependent relationship. It's like if one of the people is like an addict and the other person's putting all the pressure on trying to make the addict reform, make it like, it was different than I thought it was. Like, I don't know who I am outside of me and Kim as a couple, but we're not that. We're sort of, we give and take from each other. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was the one time that I went back to New York to see Beyonce perform, and you didn't know what to do. So that's kind of, isn't that a little codependent?
I guess. I don't know if it's the right word for it. I honestly woke up at the hotel I was staying at, and I just didn't really get out of bed. I think I watched a terrible movie called Battleship 3 times in a row because it was on some sort of like marathon on a TV. I didn't know what to do if Kim isn't there to guilt me into doing something. And not that she guilts me. I just feel if it was up to me and I had no one to hold me accountable, I'd be in bed all day, every day.
So it's a good thing.
I think it works out well. Yeah. So if we're codependent or not, for some reason it works for us. I'm just reading down through these. I
printed it really tiny.
That's okay.
Okay.
This one's really about couples deep. So another serious one. Is Kim's problem of having to wipe too many times hurting your limited supply of TP? How is that a known fact? Is that something we might have talked about in the podcast? Why?
I'm sure people know I take 3 to 4 shits a day.
But
okay. Yes. It's crazy toilet paper is an issue. I think we're okay right now. But this did make me start using less toilet paper. And it also brought a conversation up between us of how many squares do you use?
I think a lot of couples are talking about this.
Your answer shocked me.
I think if it was just me using a toilet and I had a roll of toilet paper, lifetime supply. I use like 3 sheets a day. That's
3.
Yeah, and we're not talking about some cheap ass shit. We're talking about like Charmin Ultra Fluffy.
But 3.
3, and how many would you say you use?
So, okay, before all this craziness, like, and stating this, I now realize it's bad. And I think with this shitty thing going on...
Shitty, yep.
At least I've, like, paid attention to my toilet paper use. And I feel like I will learn from this. But I would just give it a pull. And, like, you know, it would come out. Like, but I would need I'd need a lot of it. And, all right, so now... I'm trying to use 2 squares for my vagina, 4 squares for my butthole. 4 squares for my butthole does not seem like that's enough.
Let's blow up the comments in here and just say how many squares you use for numero deuce.
Yeah.
Okay, we just want to know what's. So we'll be checking over here, Instagram. Who's using more?
Yeah, let's go through.
Oh
my God, you can't keep up.
So while you're adding that,
wait, someone says splash some water up there, good to go. Is that what that said? It's moving quick.
7, 8. God damn.
As many as it takes.
That's.
Okay, but with this going on, so I've tried to use 2 for my vagina, but here's the thing. You know, as time goes on, I can't get my shit waxed, so it's becoming some fucking bushes down there. And I feel like you don't just pee out, it like sometimes gets everywhere. So 2 doesn't work anymore. I've moved to 3. But that's like way better than I was doing before. Like, I don't know if you noticed, like, sometimes there's extra sheets laying over.
Yes.
Because I pull too many and I'm like, no, don't use the 2.
You've been there?
Yes. I mean, that's what I use most of the times at the end of a night in a venue. There's no more toilet paper in the women's room. So I just rip the cardboard off the holder and I wipe with that and I throw it in the garbage can.
Basically MacGyver right here. Truly impressed.
I'd rather do that than be like, excuse me, can you get me some paper towels?
Have you done that before?
What, ask for people? Yeah, but that's like last resort. Also, I have...
God, I'm going to spill these drinks again. Hold on.
I've also, pants down, run out of the bathroom, grabbed some toilet paper from the other bathroom, and then wiped. Like, listening, making
you mean
sure...
at home?
Like at a restaurant or, I don't know, a venue. And you just hope no one else is out there.
You don't think it'd be worth just pulling your pants up and maybe getting a little on there, but at least not be caught in that embarrassing shuffle when you have your underwear around your ankles?
Poop down in anything.
There's some bits of respect you can't come back from. Okay, let's move this damn thing on.
Let me pull myself together.
This one actually is serious.
Okay.
The childish Grambino asks, where do you draw the line between being right and being happy in an argument? So, okay. I would say, in the scheme of things, we don't get into too many arguments.
We don't.
But I do think simply the key to a relationship, a functional relationship, and especially in times like these where we are in all day, every day, or AKA every day of my life with Kim, is letting things go. If you can let the little things go, like the willpower, the self power to let things go. And I'm not talking about big stuff. I'm talking about little things. Like, I mean, I feel this will get me in trouble just bringing these type of things up.
No,
but,
do it.
For example, watching Kim use the Apple TV remote.
Oh, it even annoys me. It's awful.
She will click on 7 to 8 things before clicking on the one. And my instinct, what I want to do is be like, Kim, give me that fucking remote control. I'm gonna smash this thing if you just keep clicking on stuff. But the reality is, if I honestly just wait 8 seconds,
I'll get there.
She'll get there. And the willpower to just let those 8 seconds go by without saying anything.
So strong of you.
But makes the complete difference of like, oh, this could start a weird little bicker that builds into something bigger. Or it just doesn't happen. And it's for no like, why bring it up? But for something in us makes it, especially the more we're around someone.
Well, that's what I think.
The little things are what get you.
I think it's when you know someone so well and you've been in that, like, I don't know why. I can't work that fucking remote. It's so, that and the thermostat in the house. Can't figure it out. But you're just stuck dealing with that day in and day out. You're so good. What about the time that I fucking got the sound thing so that it just talked to any button I pushed? I was annoyed with myself. Yeah.
Granted, on Apple TV, you push menu 3 times in a row. The voiceover will start on everything you do. But Kim is constantly hitting every button like 6 times in a row. But on the other hand, so let's flip it. So maybe with the tech stuff, that's where it comes with me.
Yeah.
But like, there's been times where Kim and I have tried some version of exercising. And I know I'm not as athletic as Kim is, and I'm not as knowledgeable about that stuff. But when you start correcting me for like the small like form things, I know you're telling me the right way to do it.
Yeah.
But it's tough to hear those things from your partner.
Yeah.
But I'm also sure, as someone who's super knowledgeable about it, it's really hard to watch some asshole doing it wrong, right? You kind of like...
Well, yeah. No, I've stopped correcting you, even though I'm like, oh, I think he's going to hurt his back. But, and we don't exercise together now.
Yeah. So there's the solution. Just stop.
But no, it's true. Don't sweat the small shit. Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Just let stuff go. Again, that's the key. Let things go.
Can I tell you, this tea-beer combo is delicious.
Really?
Like 2 things I love.
Let's see. Sip 1. Chaser.
It's like hot, cold in the mouth. Smooth, bubbly.
Sorry. I'm just...
Your hands are so cold.
So I'm just reading through a couple of these. Let's see, which one should we hit? How do I deal with annoying noises, eating, breathing, etc.? How do I get my husband to stop eating all the snacks and close the door when he shits?
Oh my god, I like that one. Go back to that one.
I don't know if that applies to us, per se.
No, but he's pooping with the door open. Like, that's just fecal matter, ready to escape. He's gotta shut that shit down.
Kim has a whole thing about, like, it's gonna fly up on the toothbrushes and...
Poop, keep it in the bowl. And keep as many doors closed as while that's going down.
On the other hand, I do think probably shitting with the door open is true liberation. I've never done it. I wonder if people who live alone do it a lot.
I feel I need the door closed for protection so no one can break in and kill me while I'm shitting. Like,
I remember
that would be awful.
Hannibal Buress had the comedy bit, and the punchline was just, I ain't going out like that.
Hannibal's a smart dude. Okay.
Okay. How would you address it if you think... Here's a weird one. How would you... So, Pensilimo asked, how would you address it if you think the other one works too much? Or bought the wrong type of pasta? Let's focus on the first half. So the work too much thing is interesting because for me and Kim, we work a lot. I mean, actually, this year, not as much. But in the last 10 years, a lot. But because we do everything together and we work together, it's a joint activity. I'm sure we wouldn't have found the success we did as a band if we weren't a couple as well. Because if we'd spent that much time not engaging with our significant others or whatever.
No, I feel that. But also, though, I thought this one was interesting because I'm getting better at it. But there was a time where we'd be working nonstop. And then at 11 p.m., I'm like, okay, let's start this. And you were like shutting things down. Like, no, I can't work anymore. Like, I need to take a break.
True. Kim is a straight up workaholic, loves to work all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a straight up lazyholic.
But I think one thing I think is you can't nag someone about working all the time because I'm sure it's either fulfilling for them or they need to work to make money but I think it's best to try to incorporate yourself into it. Maybe you could help out in a way. I feel like before the band, I would help you with like your film projects because I knew you had to do them, but I still wanted to spend time with you. So it was like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
But what if I say you worked in finance?
I mean, is there some
would you
Excel
come in and
sheets?
help?
I mean, I would fucking nail some Excel sheets. You got anything that needs to be inputted?
You fucking love excelling. Gets you heated, gets you excited.
But I don't know, it's either try to be involved in that work or don't give someone shit for working too much. Just say, hey, is there any chance we could have some quality time together? I feel like I miss you.
And this thing, we have no validation on our advice here. Because we have no idea what it's like to not.
My nose is running, hang on.
I mean, there was a concern with Kim once that if we got a dog, while we both love dogs, I would show too much attention to the dog.
Yes. So. You'd pet the dog more than me? Fuck that dog.
Kim gets a lot of pets from me.
I do.
Kim, get right up in the camera and take some sips while I find the next question here.
Okay. Like this?
Yeah, give him a real show.
I feel like no one needs to be that close to me. Let me go into some of these. Someone says, also, what the heck? I've got no quarantine significant other. But you probably have a right hand or a left hand, whichever you're good at. Sometimes it's both. Do you want me to pick some?
Well, wait, here's my thing. So I had Kim, well, I didn't have Kim. Kim went through all the questions. And I don't know if she only picked out the ones that were such topics as, is the secret not to pee and poo in front of each other? Like, or is that just the general questions that the Matt and Kim fan base wants to know?
There were a lot. We
really put it out there.
Answer Chloe's question.
Okay. Coach Lo asks, how do having sex living in our parents' house? Wait.
She said, how do we have sex living in our parents' house? Because, so, this is a friend of ours, and she's in Australia with her parents and her husband, and, so I picked this because I'm sure we've talked about this before, but Matt won't fuck me at his parents' house, which is crazy. So, but I don't know, I kind of think it's spicy if, like, you have that quiet sex and you're, like, trying not to make the bed creak, and, like, that could, like, add a new little foreplay to it all. And then it also brings up the point of when we were recording Grand and I needed to get laid. So we went for a drive. Do you remember this? And we went up to the mountains and tried to have sex in a field. But then there's fucking giant flies came and bit the shit out of us. Like welts. From, what did you call them? Horseflies?
Horseflies, yeah.
Dude, everywhere below the belt was bitten.
True, even though that implies we're both Donald Ducking with just tops still on.
But we weren't.
No, we weren't.
I had a dress pulled up and you had your pants pulled down.
Yeah, that was not our best moment. But on the other hand, we've been in a relationship for a long time. I can wait the 2 days.
But could you wait 2 months? No.
Okay, that would be different. And also, these are newlyweds. I know they're newlyweds.
They're trying to bang a lot.
Gotta get the banging in.
Yeah. You quiet sex. I'm telling you, just like, I don't know. Actually, you know how to spice it up? Put some tape over each other's mouth. Get weird with it. But super quiet.
I mean, y'all been in the dorms before. You remembered how that worked, right?
Yes.
Even though your parents, it's still like they know. They always know. I feel like I might have brought this up, but when your high school boyfriend's mom came in and said, "You guys got to stop jumping on the bed." I think she knew you weren't jumping on the bed, right?
I mean, that's how sex went down in high school. You got bounced with it. Not anymore. That bounce is gone.
The Fatal Short asks, what food do you like that the other can't stand?
I was curious about this. Is there any food I like that you hate?
Well, I know you love, like, corned beef and cabbage. You
don't like popcorn jelly beans.
Popcorn jelly beans are so fucking wrong. Anyone like butter popcorn jelly beans? No.
No.
No. No. No. There's no one. Kim would eat an entire bag. It makes me upset just thinking about this, and maybe we should not be together anymore. This is a way too heated question. This is,
Food is way too heated.
Just, how do I not kill him? So, Colleen Turr seems to be...
She's not doing good.
Not doing good. So, Kim, while most of the time, again, we get along very healthily.
Yes.
You do sometimes bring it straight up. You're like, hey, I know I'm about to be a little bit unreasonable, because you said you know how a certain time of the month that
When
happens.
I'm PMSing, I actually get super bitchy. I'm a bitchy person.
But she's super self-aware as well, and she will, like, leave a note on the bus to all of our crew guys or something like, hey, I'm about to be a dick. But so say you're having that feeling.
Yeah.
And then here comes Matt.
Just being nice, which is just driving me crazy for some reason.
So in the question, just, period, how do I not kill him?
Wait, what's her name?
Colleen.
Colleen. You PMSing right now? Could be. And in those moments, you just have to breathe in 3 times, slowly, and think. I don't know what I think. I just think I need to get away from him for a minute. And usually I go take a shit and then I feel better.
How does it always come back there?
It's me.
All right, Kim. We're going to take a little break right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Kim star a couple that are the ones we want to go in order.
Okay.
While I get in here a little closer.
Why don't you read some?
No, well, we've already done
Oh.
this page. I just want to go over, in this quarantine time, and as bands, and as live musicians, and whatever. And one thing I'm curious about, and we see a lot of questions about this, about doing a live stream show, right? We keep seeing a lot of bands are doing it. Here's the thing. Me and Kim have done, like, Fallon a couple times and Kimmel a couple times. I think we sucked every time.
We sucked.
There's something about the energy of a live show that's like, it's with everybody in the room, with all of maybe you all here. That's what makes it. That's completely what makes it fun and exciting. And all the notes I sing wrong, and all the beats Kim misses, and all of that stuff, it doesn't matter because there's like this energy in the room. So the question is, should we do something like this? Or not should we? Do you enjoy it when you've seen other bands doing this? Do you watch and be like, that's really great? Or are you kind of like, that's not the experience? Because my feeling is, for the late night TV shows, and again, maybe they'll never have us again, so maybe it doesn't matter what I say. But my thing is, I feel like when a band plays on a late night TV show, at least when we do, it's like if you got an actor from Game of Thrones to come on and sit on the couch. But rather than just having a conversation or showing a clip from the TV show, they're like, hey, could you act out a scene from the most recent episode of Game of Thrones for us right now? Like, it's so far out of context. That's how I've always felt every time we've been in one of those shows. So I'm going to take 1 second here to look down at what people are saying.
Wait, can I say though, my part is the show, I love playing, but what I love more is our connection with people watching and going crazy. I enjoy a show more when people are losing it and going nuts and there's crowd surfing and there's dancing and it's out of control. I feel like playing together in the room doesn't seem that, like, interesting to me. I'd rather, like, talk like this.
Yeah, well, I think you can at least engage on some level. I mean, someone said here, do a Zoom conference, do a Zoom show, you can see us too. Cecilia Andrews said, which is great. I mean, if we were playing and I could see squares where people are standing on their couches and jumping around or, whatever, crowd surfing their dogs, whatever, I think then I would, like, feel a little the energy.
Yeah.
Because other than that, you just feel like you're practicing.
Yeah.
And while there's nothing more that I love than playing live shows, I fucking hate practicing. Like, man, that beer burp. Woo, baby! So, I don't know. I'm going to go back and read what some of y'all have said in these comments once we're over, because, I do miss performing a lot. I know Kim misses it. We had some stuff booked that got postponed or pushed or whatever. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. Maybe that'll be another thing. What is going to be the state of live music when this all comes back around? Because this fall, a lot of stuff that was supposed to be this summer, whether it's festivals or tours, are all getting pushed into like October or November. And there's just going to be so saturated, but also no one's going to have any money. Nobody's working. Like, it's going to take a while for it to come back to normal, but I fucking miss it. I'll be looking forward to it. With that said,
Okay.
let's still try to solve some of these couple problems.
Okay. Tara Liu who asks, does the honeymoon phase ever end? And I thought this was interesting, and I was thinking about it. And we've been together for a very long time. And I feel like it doesn't end, or I don't feel like it ends. I feel like it adapts and it changes. Yes, it's not as like nervous and like frantic as when we first started banging. But like there's new things that come about, and I love each of those stages and the comfort levels and the new things you find out and the things that you do together that you either accomplish or have to deal with. So I think it's interesting. I don't think it goes away. I just think it changes a little.
Well, I think honeymoon, well, it does go away, but it changes, but that's okay.
But I still get like,
you're not holding the
stoked on
farts
you.
in anymore.
Yes, there's like that, but was I ever really holding them in?
But
I think like, you know,
it's okay that it goes away. Like, that's the evolution of it, is that you're not always like super self-conscious and worried about everything you just said and oh shit, what about that text I just wrote?
But I'm still like, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks but you.
Yeah.
Like, I realized this. So we played X Games one year and we went snowboarding, and Matt's been snowboarding for years and years. He's like amazing at it. I used to skateboard, but I never went snowboarding. So I had a lesson while Matt went to go snowboard with some other people. And we met back up at the end of the day, and we went to go snowboard together. And inside, I just wanted to do so well for you. And I don't care what anyone else thinks, but I just wanted you to be proud. And so, like, it's like that type of stuff. I'm still like, I still care.
I'm so proud of you. You were so good.
I ate shit. Like, I tumbled down that mountain. I had a bruise in between my ass cheeks. That was not good.
It was, yeah, but you still gave it your all. I mean,
I got back up.
I certainly care what you think, but I care what fucking everybody thinks.
That's true.
So you ain't special, girl.
Okay.
Can we feature this mug for a second? Did your mom get you this?
My aunt.
Your aunt. Born free, now I'm expensive. I've brought it on as my everyday mug now.
I want it to say, born poor, now cheap. I feel like that describes me in a nutshell. Okay. Tay Carlette asks, realizing my boyfriend and I may have different, does that say societal and moral views? Advice.
Mm-hmm.
I think this, like, I don't think it's a bad thing for people to have different views on things. I think sometimes in our, not arguments, but our debates, we come from different backgrounds, so we have different views on things. And I think that's good because I think it helps us realize some stuff we might not have known. And like a different perspective to it.
And while we're pretty on the same page,
yeah,
I do think it's important for people to be able to talk about stuff. And I say that in the sense of, I think now there's so much polarization in our country and whatever, that the different sides, like, you're not even allowed to like ask questions to the other folks or hear them. It's just like right and wrong or whatever. But it would be very interesting, I think, if we had very different outlooks.
No, I mean, I don't know if it would work, but I feel like you start to find out things about people as you're dating longer and longer that you're like, oh, I would have never thought that about you. I guess it depends on how opposite your views are. So, but I do think maybe listen to what the other person's saying.
absolutely listen to it, but yeah, I don't know. I again, I'm not an expert on this.
Okay.
We're pretty.
How do you encourage better habits between each other?
What do you think that?
I
entails?
bet, like, I'm sure that's like eating habits, exercising habits. I'd say
Guilt.
I always feel like if you start to work out and then I just kind of comment that you're looking good, that helps encourage those habits.
Which is true. I mean, I just, in general, I do way better with encouraging comments than I do with, like, "Ooh, you're not looking so good today." Then I'm like, well, then I don't give a fuck. I give up. I mean, that was how it was. Like,
I've ever told
no,
you
but I just mean, like, I know you in sports growing up, you wanted someone to be like, Shafino, you're never going to make this run if you don't, like, whatever. Like, you don't think I can make it? I'm going to do it twice as fast.
Yeah, I mean, tell me I can't do something and I'll fucking do that thing.
Yeah.
But.
And I needed someone to be like, hey, Maddie, you're doing really nice on this basketball team that we had to ask you to be on because there wasn't enough players to have a team this year.
So, I'd say find the compliments. Find compliments.
Yet, on the other hand, I have had in the past where Kim really leans into things like, man, I just love you in those pants. Those pants look so great. And the only thing I hear is, all your other pants look like shit. Maybe I know too much. Like, there's a tone.
Okay, and then the last one I found. Oh shit, that was it. Should we go to any in here? It's so hard to fucking find questions in here. Let me see. Hang on.
Yeah, this is always the most exciting part about a live stream, where they're perusing the chat.
Wait, you gotta do it like this. You gotta go like this. You gotta come in and go. Is that a better view?
Hold on, I'm changing the...
I hope my dad isn't
At the same time, I'm changing the white balance on this because we're like an odd color, but so it is. Okay, while you're looking on that, how do you handle chores? So I'm the dish man. I've actually been really embracing my dish man duties. I do the garbage, and
I think we find what we're good at.
Yeah.
And take charge of that.
I'm forever tech support.
Yep.
and Kim, and it wasn't like this. It wasn't any sort of role that turned it into this, but like Kim handles most of the cooking. And I appreciate it so deeply that I'd be willing to do anything to not have to do most of the cooking. I mean, I'm like making breakfast with cereal.
Don't you like the mornings that like we're up at the same time and I make you breakfast too? Like,
dude, I'll like pour some cereal into a bowl and put some almond yogurt in it or whatever, and then Kim will come out with like eggs with olives and tomatoes and pesto and some sort of really decadent thing, and I'll just be so jealous.
But if we're up at the same time, I make it for you. It's good.
But I do think it's a mutual respect thing. So I guess you got to kind of feel that the other one's holding up their end of the deal. I mean, I do feel guilty all the time because, you know, of how much work she puts in with the food stuff.
Dude, I'll feed you forever. God, it's so hard to go through here. All right. Going to Instagram Live. Someone right now give me a fucking question. Let's do this. How are you Kim, how are you storing your drumsticks during... I haven't picked up drumsticks in a while.
Kim, someone just says Kim dance party.
I feel like that's what keeps going.
I mean, here's the thing is I was going to have music to play, but as I was doing tests, they kept shutting my streams down whenever you play like copyrighted music. And unfortunately, Same shit happens with our music. It's somehow...
We can't play our own music. That's fucked up.
It's like an automated process that goes through whatever fucking cloud thing that all your music's on. If it hears it, it takes it down. I don't know how to stop it. You just recognize anyone else out there who creates shit. We're in the same goddamn boat.
Well, I'm done with my beer.
Yeah.
I feel like
we've covered enough.
Yeah, I think we've covered enough. We got to hang out, do some shit. We're gonna go back, read some comments. Wait, but I just saw Butt Mouth. Give a shout out to Butt Mouth. All right.
You know the keywords to really catch Kim's eye. Okay, well, thanks for letting us be here. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you soon. Later.
We'll do this again, right?
Yeah, something. I don't. What else are we all gonna do? Again, we just want to be your background. We just want to be hanging out, annoying friends in the room, and you can be like on your phone playing a game or whatever.
Can we do one where everyone just gets drunk together?
Total. Yeah, a lot of people have been doing these like happy hour things. Well, let's do like the after party late night version of that.
Let's do like after party diner where everyone eats like breakfast food while still drinking and we just hang out.
I love that. Let's do some regrettable things and put it on the internet while we're fucking blackout drunk. Genius.
I'm down. Yeah. Bye guys.
Bye.